to every table and said, "Hello, my name's Nino."
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on Peg City Hockey, and today is going to be recap reactions for game 11 out of 82 for the Jets 2023-2024 campaign, where they win by a score of 5-3 over the Arizona Coyotes, in which was a chaotic yet insanely entertaining, very typical Winnipeg Jets game, and I loved it just because you saw guys coming out of nowhere, and this was a depth game if I've ever seen one this season. Guys had great performances all around that carried when you saw guys like Scheifele and Hellebuck really struggling early on in this game. The depth came up, and they were fantastic tonight, and I always love games like this because tonight was an insane game. You almost have a 4-goal game by Nino Dilly, who just missed that empty netter. And the reason why I say that is because if you don't know, a 4-goal game in Canada nets you $100,000 with a save on, score and win challenge. And there was one guy that was 1 goal away, an empty net goal away, a blocked shot away from $100,000 tonight, which sucks but is crazy because Nino Dilly gets his second career hat trick, 3 goals, his 4 on the season now. Incredible game there. But not only do you get a hat trick game from Nino Dilly, Brendan Dillon, 2-goal game, and the third goal, and the goal that Nino Dilly scored was almost Brendan Dillon's. It was a tip in front. It's so hilarious that that's the way that it went. Dillon almost was able to get a hat trick as well. It was so close. This game was crazy, and like I said, you look at the impact card for tonight. The top 5 players on the impact card for the Jets were Nino Dilly, Mason Appleton, who is now tied with he was 1 point back for lead scorer on the Jets this year, Adam Lowry, Brendan Dillon, and Neil Pionk. Those are 5 guys that are usually never that high up, especially when you look at how successful they were and dominant they were. This was a great game because Dilly stepped up, Lowry stepped up, the third line had stepped up, Dillon had stepped up. You could see Pionk was really playing well and finding his groove. I think this was Pionk's best game in a long time, and if he can grow on that, maybe we'll be able to see more of the Neil Pionk in his first year when he had that incredible year with his first year in Winnipeg. I'd love to see that because I still think Pionk has room to grow. I know a lot of people have written him off, and I am pretty angry at Pionk myself sometimes, but the Jets seem he's an untouchable piece for some reason they want to build around. They have to see something in him, and when I see games like this, maybe I can be a little hopeful. Maybe I'm being too optimistic as a fan as usual. That's usually what I do, but at the end of the day, what can I say? This was a great game for the depth, and they won us this game. Because you look at the bottom of this chart, the worst players, top 5 worst players tonight on the impact card, it was Scheifele, Iafallo, Connor, Gustafsson, and Kupari. Not too far off there. And then Nikolai Ehlers, Morrissey, Perfetti, all these other guys just in the middle of kind of that, between that 8 to 15 spot. It's just, it was not a good game for the top 6. It was not a good game for the elite performers tonight. So Dilly stepping up with 3 goals, showing his skill set, really driving play tonight, really being just a wrecking ball out there. He was everywhere tonight, and Nino Dilly, if he can keep this up, and honestly, I don't even know why I'm saying keep this up. Nino Dilly is one of these guys that I'm not going to put him on the level of Paul Stastny, but when you look at his impact on a nightly basis, I think he's one of the best trade pieces we've got as a forward in a very long time, in the way that we did it. I think the fact that he had a year left on his contract when we got him at the deadline, his play in the playoffs, just after being acquired, start this year, Dilly looks great, and I think the Jets should look at signing him. If they want to continue to be competitive, I think Dilly is a great fit down there as an energy guy on that third line. I honestly think that he's a borderline top 6 guy even right now with the way he's playing, so I'm really in favor of keeping him. I just want to put that out there right now. I think Dilly has a lot to offer. Now, don't overpay him, but maybe extend him for a year or 2. Do the Drew Stafford type thing. Maybe you can get 1 more year out of him where he's good, then maybe he regresses a little bit and you move him at the deadline for an asset. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'd love to see that, I think. So I'm just going to put that out there because Dilly tonight was just so damn fun to watch. And this game itself, at the end of the day, I'm saying it was fun to watch. I'm happy, but it was an ugly game. It was not a fun game. That first period, it was 1-0 Coyotes. We were losing. It was a bad 20 minutes. And then I would say even, to start the second period, it's 2-0. It was not a good first 30 minutes of hockey for the Jets. It was rough. It took a long time for them to wake up, especially considering that the Arizona Coyotes, I think, they've played 3 games in 4 days or something like that crazy, if I'm not mistaken. So they've been really working hard, and then a matinee on top of that with back-to-backs, it's not easy. So the Coyotes coming out and jumping on top 2-0, it was rough. It's not what you want to see for this team. But then they battled back. Like I said, they did not get improved play, and they did not outplay the Coyotes with the skill they have of their top guys. The depth shined tonight, and I can't praise it enough. Games like this is why I'm so impressed with the forward core tonight, because when the top line is bad, for the first time in a long time, I have faith in the bottom 6 to have the capability to score goals and be clutch, because we've seen it a lot so far to start this year. And this game just cements that opinion for me, that I think that no matter how this season goes, the forward core for me, it's good. It could maybe even use if it gets anything added to it, it's even better. Like, I like the forward core. I think it's pretty damn good. It's probably the deepest we've seen in a long damn time. But as a team still, the defense is so damn weak. I don't know. There's a lot of questions still, but when I see games like this, I see the depth. I am excited for, that element of this game, but I still don't know what this means for them as an entire team going forward for the success of the season. Just because you have good offense that can be consistent and, at times have inconsistencies and have depth guys come up and score and lead you, especially in a game like this, because that is exactly what these guys did. Do not take it for granted that I'm talking about them scoring goals that won us the game. Everywhere on the ice, they were impactful tonight. They covered every single area. Brendan Dillon tonight probably had one of his best, if not his best game in a Jets uniform across the board 5-on-5 play on both sides of the ice. He was fantastic tonight. Like, I cannot stress that enough about how complete of a game these guys almost played. Like, NINO DILLY was as perfect as a game as you could have when you look at the analytical charts for tonight's game. And that says a lot about, the depth that when they need to be activated, they can be activated and be used extremely effective, especially Mason Appleton. I can't believe I called this as a joke on the podcast on my prediction to start this year, saying that Appleton could have his breakout year. Like, I've always wanted it deep down. I know a lot of you have, especially since we gave him that contract and we gave up assets to get him back from Seattle in the first place. But if he continues this up, my God, Chevy looks like a wizard on this, because, Seattle had him. They could have used him more, but they didn't. And if he could finally grow into something that would be so rewarding as a fan watching him develop with the Moose, that, amazing season where he won Rookie of the Year, I would just love to see him finally thrive in the NHL. But either way, this game tonight was ugly for 30 minutes, and then that last 30 minutes was pretty damn entertaining with great depth performances. The Coyotes still battled back and were able to get another goal in there, but it was all Jets with 4 goals being scored, so many goals being scored. Just a great game after that, entertainment-wise. But still, a lot of weak areas. I'm not getting, woo, I think we're back on top. Tonight was just fun to watch them battle back and win. It's just, compared to the last game against Vegas, I was happy with this game because it was fun. That's all I really want, is just to watch a fun hockey game, and it was. But this is a perfect game? Hell no. They got the 2 points. That's all that matters. The depth showed up. They battled back. They won the game, and I'm happy with that. But this doesn't mean that, we're back on top. Let's get ride or die for the Stanley Cup, plan the parade. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and they need to show a lot more of this consistently, this type of play, to win my trust over a lot more. Or I think we're going to see games, like the game against Vegas. And remember, this is the Coyotes. I know they're not that bad right now, but I still don't have that much expectations on this team for the Coyotes. So they battled well today for the Jets at times, with them leading, but they weren't able to maintain it. But the Jets need to be able to put this play against top tier teams for me to really be won over with the consistency that they can bring this night to night basis. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, as always, on what your favorite moment was from the game. Crazy game tonight. And if you're watching the guy that didn't win 100K, rest in peace, I'm sorry. But nonetheless, have a great rest of your night. Peace and positivity as always. Go Jets, go. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and check out all the other affiliated links down in the description below. Peace, love, and positivity as always, and I will see you guys in the next one very, very soon. Go Jets, go.
It'll all be over.